ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick. I'm joined alongside Aiden Dunlap. And we're in Rival Week, Aiden. And we've already lived up to it. Last night, Marion, Rivals of the Girls. Great game. And even before, if you happened to catch us earlier, what a game between the JV teams, Westside and Creighton Prep. But now we're on to this varsity game. And Aiden, this is a great one between number 3 Creighton Prep Junior Jays and the number 3 Westside Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not even just a rivalry game tonight. This game is huge in the wild card standings. As you know, Westside sits number 4 right now in the wild card standings. Creighton Prep at number 9. This game has huge implications on where they will sit next week when it comes to re-ranking these teams.
Like you say that, Aiden, there's a lot of those teams that are playing tonight. And if you just look how close they are. Anywhere from 10 all the way up to 8, they all had the same whole number, 45. And even all the way up to 3, it's only 46, even number 2, Millard North. This could get totally flipped around. And some of these teams have some really hard games. Number 3, Central, just ahead of Westside. They have Gretna, Bellevue West, and Omaha Westside plays them later on February 16th at Central. So these teams have no cupcake, even if you go further down the road. Gretna has Omaha Central and Bell West. Omaha North plays Omaha Central and Omaha Westside later this year. And Creighton Prep, they have Millard North and Central still on there. And they're at the top of the leaderboard. That can completely flip things 180 depending on the rest of the season. So none of this is even close to set.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, there's so much season left. And I mean, this game is huge. You know, rivalry game, yes. This is a huge rivalry game for Westside. But it's going to be even bigger when it comes to wild card standings, and it should be a really good game. Rivalry games are always really close. As you said, that JV game we had before, that was a great game, one of the best JV games I think I've ever seen.
And then if you take a look on the screen, the top 8 teams, they will host a district. So those 9 and 10 teams, Creighton Prep is sitting right on the outside there. It's going to be huge. They have to figure out how they can get up there. That home court advantage in districts is so huge coming down the road. And like we said, Aiden, it's rivalry week, and these teams are big rivals. Just take a look in the past. Earlier this year, Westside beat Creighton Prep in the Metro Holiday Tournament in the second round. That was a really close game until the fourth quarter. Westside kind of pulled away. And I want to take a look back just a little bit ago. That January 24th, 2023 game in Prep, Aiden, that was huge. That was the Tate Oddbody squad just last year that was really good. And that game was absolutely insane. Late in the game, Tate Oddbody picked up a technical foul, 2 free throws and the ball, 4-point swing, and all of a sudden Prep comes out on top. But even in the past, the year before that, Westside absolutely hammered Creighton Prep at home. And then Creighton Prep came back in that state tournament with absolute revenge and knocked Westside out. So these teams, this bad blood has been boiling for years after years. They have something to prove.
Yeah, and I mean, in recent years, Prep and Westside have really split this series a lot. And it's been really interesting to see, you know, home field advantage does play a big part. But as you said earlier in the Metro tournament, Westside was able to come out with the W. So it's going to be interesting to see if Prep, how bad Prep wants this revenge.
Yeah, the revenge thing is huge, Aiden. And we keep talking about the rivalry, but we just said it earlier. This game is deeper than the rivalry. Creighton Prep especially, they're fighting for that home court advantage. It's a rivalry plus a massive game in district wildcard and everything else in between. These teams are playing a very huge game. It's just so important that one of these, whoever comes on top, their positioning for the rest of the season, district-wise, has gotten a lot better.
Yeah, and I mean, Zach, it's going to be tough for Prep, though. They are missing a couple key players tonight. Number 4, DeJusa, he's out tonight. Number 4, he's one of their leading scorers, 7.4 points per game. He's one of their best 3-point shooters, 43%. And then Trinell Parker, he's a 6'8 forward. He's a really good player for them, 11.6 points per game, 6.7 rebounds. Those are 2 massive losses for Prep tonight.
And we want to peek at the star players on the Creighton roster. Dylan Clausen, Aiden, he is so important, absolutely massive to this team.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Dylan Clausen, he's also 6'8", just like Trinell Parker. He is their leading scorer, 15.6 points per game. He's averaging 9.9 rebounds a game. That is 4th in Class A. He is pretty much averaging a double-double a game, which is insane. He also averaged 1.8 blocks a game, and he leads the team with 25 blocks. He really is the X factor for this Creighton Prep team.
Yeah, they're really going to have him step up with those other players not playing tonight. But even if we look at the other side, we've seen it almost all year, the same starting 5 for Westside. But Coach Jim Simons has got a little shakeup. Tyson Oddbody will not be starting. Carson Healy, the junior transfer from Westview, will be starting. And we talked with Simons and some of the other coaches. It sounds like it's something to do with Tyson Oddbody's been battling a little bit of a sickness and missed a little bit of practice this week. So, yes, Tyson Oddbody will be out on the court. But your first 5 on the court, you'll see Carson Healy.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a good thing. You know, it's not something super bad like Tyson fought back against the coach or something. He was just sick. He missed some practice. I'm sure we'll see plenty of Tyson today. He'll be the 6th man, but he will still be a huge impact on this game for Westside.
And both Carson Healy and Tyson Oddbody are those big bodies down low for the Warriors. And Dylan Clausen on the other side in blue, he's the big man down low. So to me, Aiden, that's where I'm looking all night. Down low, how can Westside stop Dylan Clausen? But on the other end, how can Creighton Prep stop Kevin Stubblefield? Kevin Stubblefield is an absolute animal, averaging 16.5 points per game. He's going to be huge in this game.
Yeah, and I mean, you talked about the big man matchup with Clausen and Healy/Oddbody, and that's really the thing that worries me with Westside. I think that's the one area of this game that could get away from them. Dylan Clausen has 9.9 rebounds a game, one of the best rebounding players in the state. Obviously, I said 4th, but the thing that worries me is that the leading rebounder for Westside right now is CJ Mitchell with 4.3 rebounds per game. That's not something you want to have. Your big guys need to get down low, give rebounds. The thing I've been worried about with Westside a lot is their defensive rebounding, and Prep's a pretty good offensive rebounding team getting second chances, and I think that's really going to be a huge factor in this game.
We're going to be right back here on the WTV Live Network, and then we'll turn it down low to our PA announcer for starting lineups.
Starting forward, a 6'8", senior number 0, Dylan Clausen. At guard, a 5'10", senior number 1, Marquise Tolliver. And the other guard, a 5'10", sophomore number 3, Jordan Carter Brown. At guard, a 6'3", senior number 10, Carson Jones. And at guard, a 5'11", senior number 11, Emmett Knight. The Junior Jays are coached by head coach Josh Lukey, assisted by Ted Stressman. And now, here's a starting lineup. The Young Check out number 25, Carson Healy. The Warriors are coached by head coach Jim Simons, assisted by Jeff Porter.
Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Alongside me, Aiden Dunlap. I'm Zachary Kastrick, and it's rivalry time here at Jim Dangdahl Court. Number 10, Creighton Prep. Number 3, Westside. We're getting ready to go. Boy, is this going to be a great game. I know I'm excited, Aiden.
Yeah, I mean, these are two great teams, kind of both looking for redemption from last year's playoffs. Creighton Prep missed. Westside lost to Bell West. This is going to be a fun game.
Starting off Creighton Prep with the ball. There's Tolliver into the paint. At 3, off mark, no good. Westside off to a good start early. Into the paint is Stubblefield, and he traveled.
Yeah, but that's really the key for Westside. They're going to try and push the pace here. I'm not so much sure about Prep. They average around the same amount of points. Creighton Prep's around 63. Westside's around 68. Looks like Westside's actually going to start with a press here.
That early foul on Carson Healy, who's filling in for Tyson Oddbody, who's starting this game on the bench. Poor inbound pass. It's recovered by Clausen. Hit out of bounds. Westside's going to take it the other way.
Yeah, that's an uncharacteristic turnover for Prep to start this one. They actually only average 7.3 turnovers a game. Same with Westside. Both pretty disciplined teams, so it's going to be interesting to see if Westside can't get the better of Prep.
Into the corner, C.J. Mitchell. Hands it off to Stubblefield. Healy top of the key, now Benning at the elbow extended. Stubblefield looking to get anywhere. Lofton into the paint. His layup is good. Tolliver marches it up for the Creighton Prep Junior Jays. There's Clausen now, that 6'8 forward. It's going to be a huge part tonight. He's guarded by Healy in the paint. He's going to kick it out. There's Jackson in the corner. Clausen onto the block, layup, rolls off the rim. C.J. Mitchell on the other end of the court. His layup off the glass is good. Emmett Knight now with the ball at the volleyball line for the Jays. There's Jackson. And he's going to be fouled on his drive. Tolliver is going to go to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, and free throws are going to be a huge part of today's game, especially because both of these teams are not great at shooting free throws. The last time these two teams met, Prep shot 9 of 21. They're only shooting around 65% on the season. Westside is even worse. They're only shooting around 60%.
Yeah, both of these teams have really struggled from the line, but they also don't foul a lot, so be serious how that impacts the game. There's Tolliver now. Jackson into the paint. Aaron shot, but the rebound goes down to Clausen. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Dylan Clausen. Westside will get the ball back. C.J. Mitchell to receive the inbounds, and he's going to march it up for the Warriors. And he's the engine of this Westside team. He's going to be running around all night. Benning sets a screen for Mitchell. Into the corner, Lofton for 3. Back rim, no good. We're going to get an offensive foul on the rebound on Carson Healy. That's his second foul of the game, Aiden.
Yeah, and Tyson Oddbody's already coming in. It's almost as if Carson Healy didn't get the start. That was quick. Carson Healy picks up 2 quick fouls, and he's already out of the game.
Not a big fouling team, either of these teams, but Westside has 3 fouls early in under 3 minutes already. Clausen, top of the key, guarded by Oddbody. There's Brown. Down to the block is Jones. He pull it back out. There's Tolliver, top of the key. Into the corner for 3. There's Jackson. That's back rim, no good. Stubblefield from behind, and he's fouled, but he's hurt, Aiden. He went down hard.
Yeah, that was a nasty foul right there. He just gets caught from behind when he's trying to drive. Not really the prep player's fault, just tangled feet, and he hits the floor hard.
He's holding that left ankle. That is a really scary sight for the Warriors. He is the heart and soul of this Westside team. We're going to take a quick break here for this injury timeout and hope Kevin Stubblefield's okay. WTV Live Network. Kevin Stubblefield walks off, but he's limping big, and he's going to go back to the locker room, and it looks like that's very, very danger zone for the Westside Warriors.
Yeah, that's a huge loss for Westside. Leading point scorer, 16.5 points per game. That's a huge loss.
Anderson now with the ball, who just came in for Stubblefield after that injury. He tosses it down to Benning into the block. Benning kicks it odd body in the corner. CJ Mitchell now at the elbow. Anderson back to Lofton, 15 to shoot. Top of the key, Benning. He's into the post. His layup gets blocked. Loose ball. Benning comes up with it. Only 6 to shoot. Into the corner. Anderson 3. Front rim no good. Carson Jones. Now Carter Brown. Tolliver now for the Jays. Carter Brown into the paint. Free layup for him. He can't convert. He short-armed it. Lofton pushes the pace, and he traveled, Aiden. He slipped up there.
Yeah, and honestly, Prep's done a good job so far. They're actually running a 2-3 zone, which is kind of what they do against Westside. We saw them do it a couple years ago in the state tournament where they beat them. And Westside really has had trouble beating the zone all year. And Prep's done a good job so far. It's been 4 minutes and 4 points, which have all been transition.
There's Tolliver, and he's blocked, hammered home by Maddox Anderson.
Yeah, and the nice thing about having Maddox Anderson on the floor, he's a really hardworking player, but he's also a great three-point shooter. He shoots 46%. He's the team leader.
Yeah, he's going to have to step up with Stubblefield out now for who knows how long. That leaves Westside with only 7 guys that they like to play. There's Carter Brown holding the ball, 15 to shoot. Now it's Tolliver, top of the key. He takes odd body to the block. Kick out. Thought about the 3. Carter Brown into the paint. Floater. Back rim. Bounces out. And odd body can't handle that pass. That's going to go out of bounds. It's going to roll right back the other direction.
Yeah, Westside's kind of flustered right now. They've had a couple of not so great turnovers. And, I mean, this is a very defensive first quarter.
Marquise Tolliver kicks it off to Knight. And miscommunication. Carson Jones went for the back cut, and that ball flew out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, this communication with Prep, it's going to be really difficult. Their chemistry's not really there. Again, they're missing 2 of their starters. This is a new group of guys that they're going to have to kind of get into the habit of where they're going to pass, what they're going to do.
Players are not in the game. Some really key players on both squads. Odd body corner 3. In and out. Still only 4-0. 3:10 here to play. Into the paint's Tolliver, and he's going to slip up, and it's a travel. Josh Carney checks into the game for the Junior Jays. They're subbing players in and out left and right with the missing players due to injury. And Kevin Stubblefield still into the locker room, getting the attention from the athletic trainers. Hopefully he's able to come back. Lofton now at the elbow. CJ Mitchell, Anderson in the corner. That 3-2 zone for the Junior Jays. Benning on the back cut. Can't find Oddbody down low. Anderson, deep three. Back rim no good. Fighting for the rebound. And it comes down to the junior Jays and Carter Brown. Carter Brown almost pickpocketed by Lofton. We're going to get a foul on Ricky Lofton. The 4th foul of the quarter on the Westside Warriors.
Yeah, it's been a pretty hefty foul quarter for Westside, and you know, Prep's really having trouble getting going. Westside's man defense is causing a lot of problems, but all I know is that Carter Brown's got to get going. He's leading the team in three-point percentage at 46. He's got to get going here.
0 points in the first 5:30, and that three no good. Still 0 points. Offensive board, and that's a traveling violation on Noah Banks. Westside holding Creighton Prep scoreless in the first 5:31. The student section's going back and forth in this game. They really do not like each other. Big rivalry. There's Lofton, top of the zone right now. Other side for CJ Mitchell. He thought about the three. Mitchell cut off into the corner. Now Anderson. There's Lofton, 10 to shoot. CJ Mitchell trying to go baseline. Anderson, volleyball line. He's got to put it up, 3 to shoot. CJ Mitchell gets it off. Can't get it to go. Loose ball. Junior Jays come up with it. There's Carter Brown. He goes into the paint on Anderson, and his layup, and he's going to get blocked. Loose ball goes to Tolliver, though. Kick out three. Back rim, no good. Lofton comes up with the board, and they push it. 5-on-4. There goes Lofton. Bending into the corner, right back to Lofton. CJ Mitchell trying to go drive. Turnaround Jay. Can't get it to go. It's been a few minutes since we've seen any points by these two teams. Creighton Prep slows it down, and Tolliver marches it up. Tolliver, Hemi shake. And miscommunication, almost lost the ball. Just over on the line, and there's no backcourt. Barely got that one in. Corner three, that one rims in and out. Creighton Prep still scoreless with less than 1 minute to play. CJ Mitchell, other end. Loose ball hit the top of the backboard. And the call is going to be Creighton Prep basketball.
Yeah, you can tell these two teams are really struggling without some of their top offensive players. Stubblefield's out. Westside's only got 4 points. Trinell Parker's out. Creighton Prep hasn't even scored yet. Westside's done a good job defensively, but Prep just has missed a lot of open opportunities. They've had some good shot looks, and they just have not been able to hit them.
Light press by the Warriors. Trying to get across the timeline. Jays do that. There's Carson Jones. Now Tolliver, top of the key, guarded by Anderson. He's going to try and get into the paint. He'll have to kick it out. There's a three. That one almost fell down. Lofton pushes the pace, other end. He's going to kick it out. Caleb Benning, three. Little long and over the back on Tyson Oddbody. Creighton Prep will get it back with 19.7.
This is an unbelievable first quarter. I mean, defensive, but just lack of offense has been unbelievable. Neither team has been able to hit shots. Westside did a good, it looked like they were going to start fast with those 4 fast break points, but it just has slowed down so much.
That was the 5th foul by the Warriors, sending Creighton Prep to the line for 2 free throws. Carson Jones is trying to get these Jays onto the board. His first one, that's up, and they finally get a bucket. That's their first point of the quarter with 19.7. Kevin Stubblefield is back onto the court. He checks in, coming out of the locker room. That is a huge, good sign for the Warriors. Carson Jones, second one. It falls. Creighton Prep gets onto the board with 19.7. It's 4-2. CJ Mitchell likely to hold for the last shot with just over 10 seconds remaining. There's CJ Mitchell. 7 to shoot. Stubblefield back into the game. And that one goes down and one. Kevin Stubblefield.
Getting Stubblefield back is huge. His free throw percentage is not great, though. He's only a 67% free throw shooter. It's going to be interesting to see if he can make this and one.
He checks right back into the game after hurting his ankle, and he makes his impact known right away. Kevin Stubblefield looking to make the three-point play. The free throw falls. Westside 7-2 with 4 to shoot. There's Tolliver. He crosses the timeline, gets into the paint. His layup, it falls at the buzzer, and they count it. What a coast-to-coast drive by Marquise Tolliver to end the first quarter. And Westside is leading 7-4 after 1, Aiden.
Yeah, that's a big layup from Tolliver. Creighton Prep really needed that. They need some confidence going into the second. They only scored 4 points. Same with Westside. Kevin Stubblefield comes back in, scores a three-point play. That's a lot of confidence for Westside going into the second quarter. It's been really defensive so far. We'll see if we can get some more points in the second quarter.
Exactly right, Aiden. Let's see who can score when we come back on the other side of this break here on the WTV Live Network. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Westside took a 7-4 lead after the first 8 minutes of action, but that was a very defensive quarter, Aiden.
Yeah, it was super defensive. Prep came out in a 2-3 zone. They did an amazing job of just locking Westside down on all corners of the floor. Westside really needs to move the ball more so they can kind of diverge the zone to one area of the court so they can get some open looks from 3. As for Prep, they need to figure out ways to beat that man, whether that's screens, and they need to get the ball to Clausen more. That is their leading scorer, and he has not scored yet.
That is exactly right, Aiden. This press looking a little different now. 1-3-1 for the Junior Jays. CJ Mitchell thought about a 3. He'll pull it back. There's Lofton in the corner. Swing it around. There's Benning. CJ Mitchell, deep 3. Back rim, no good. Offensive rebound, Ricky Lofton. And he's going to go right back up with it, and it falls.
That's a great job by Lofton, but Westside needs to go short corner on that 1-3-1 because all Prep's going to do is they're going to trap at the top of the key, and they're fine with Westside shooting 3s because they have not made any so far.
That is exactly right. Into the paint, Miles Jackson. He's cut off, but there's a foul. Another foul by the Warriors. There's been a lot of those already early.
Yeah, and it's not something you see very often. These two teams do not foul that much. As you said earlier, it's going to be interesting to see who will get into foul trouble later in this game.
There's a Hail Mary inbound to Miles Jackson. He's going to start up the engine. Josh Kearney gets it off to Jones. Into the corner, there's Jackson, guarded by Benning. And miscommunication, that ball sails out of bounds.
Yeah, the uncharacteristic turnover from Prep. They've had 4 or 5 now. Again, they only average around 7 a game, which is really, really, really good. But as of now, not so good with 5.
7 to play here at Jim Dangdahl Court in the first half. There's Benning. Into the corner, Lofton. Cross-court pass to Healy. And he took a step with the wrong foot. That's a travel going back the other way.
Yeah, this game's been really sloppy so far from Westside on offense. Prep's done a great job of getting back and making sure Westside has not had any fast break opportunities. Westside scored those first 4 points on fast break, and Prep decided to get back right away, which means they haven't had a lot of offensive rebounding opportunities, but that's okay.
Tolliver's spin move, and he traveled with the spin move. Traveling back and forth on both teams. And Coach Ludke, just after getting his 400 win here at Creighton Prep, he is rotating subs super, super fast.
Yeah, and I think that's because they usually only rotate around 6-7 guys a game, but because of those injuries, they have to rotate more to see who's going to get the most playing time, who's going to be the better players.
There's Stubblefield at the free throw line. He kicks it out. There's Benning. Now CJ Mitchell into the corner. Benning elbow, now Lofton. Healy in the corner. He's cut off baseline drive, and it's deflected out of bounds with 7 on the shot clock.
I'm going to be honest, that's just a poor decision from Carson Healy. You're in the corner. I mean, there was no one, I'd say 20 feet from him. You've got to cut there, go to short corner, get the pass. That's a wide open layup for Carson Healy.
CJ Mitchell gets it in bounds to Kevin Stubblefield. 5 to shoot. Kick out Lofton, 3. Yes, sir! Ricky Lofton from downtown. Carter Brown loses the handle at half court, gets it back. Down by 8. Into the corner, there's Knight. He picks up his dribble. Looking to find anybody open. Back cut. Layup good by Josh Kearney. Coach Jim Simons wanted to charge. There's Kevin Stubblefield. Into the corner. Lofton again. Back-to-back threes by Ricky Lofton.
Yeah, Ricky Lofton's such a good player. He's so diverse. He's a three-point shooter. He can drive. He can dunk. He can do whatever you need him to do.
Those are the only threes in the game by the Warriors this far. There's Josh Kearney. He'll toss it out now. Loose ball on the floor. Everyone diving for it. We're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow to the Junior Jays.
That's good effort, though, from both teams. The ball goes on the floor. They're immediately diving for it. It's a good job by Westside to corral it. Obviously, it didn't go in their favor, but
15-6, 5:15 remaining in the first half. Creighton Prep with the ball. They get it inbounds to Tolliver. Top of the key, it's still Tolliver. There's Jones now. He gets into the paint. Jump stop, kick out. Gets it back. There's Carter Brown, guarded by Oddbody. He pulls up from 3. It doesn't fall. CJ Mitchell corrals it, and he's going to slow it down. There's Lofton. Lofton again. 3 for 3, Ricky Lofton. Somebody stop him.
yeah, they've got to do something about that now. You know, they were in that 1-3-1, and they were okay with Westside shooting threes, but now Ricky Lofton's hit 3 in a row, and you're going to have to switch up your defense. I don't know if they go man, 3-2, whatever, but they've got to somehow find a way to cover Ricky Lofton. As for the other side, I don't know what Creighton Prep's doing. You had Carson Healy and Carter Brown. If you're Carter Brown there, you have to drive on Healy. That's a huge mismatch in speed. If you can get that, you got to ISO and try and get an easy layup.
Ricky Lofton with 9 straight points for the Westside Warriors, and all of a sudden Westside's up by 12 with only 4:49 to play in the first half.
Yeah, Westside's caught fire, or at least Ricky Lofton has caught fire from 3. It's been a good second quarter for him. As for the rest of Westside, they do need to heat up a little bit.
Coach Ludke might be rethinking those zone plays with Ricky Lofton shooting like that, and the rest of the team can find a way to start shooting. That zone may not be the best idea. Tolliver, point guard, brings it up for the Jays. He gets the screen, still got Benning on him. Benning cuts him off. He has to kick it out. There's Jones. Spoon move in the paint, layup. Can't get it to go, gets his own board. He goes up again, blocked by Kevin Stubblefield. Kevin Stubblefield pushes the pace. Kick out Benning. Thought about a 3. Lofton for 4. He hits it! Ricky Lofton, 4 straight threes, 12 points. There's Tolliver. He's cut off by CJ Mitchell. Looking to get a guy open. There's a 3. No answer for the Jays. Another rebound for the Warriors. There's Stubblefield. He gets into the paint. He'll toss it out to CJ Mitchell. Lofton's on his left. There he is. Doesn't pull up that time. Now Benning goes baseline. His layup is good.
Yeah.
Caleb Benning's first points of the half. There's a 3 by Jones. That one falls for the Jays. That was much needed.
Yeah, that's a big 3 for the Jays. They really needed that.
Other end, Oddbody's layup absolutely nowhere near the rim. Creighton Prep down by 14 with 3:25. There's Tolliver in the paint. There's Clausen. Haven't heard his name much, and he draws the foul there on Tyson Oddbody. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, and that's what Prep needs to do. They need to get the ball to Carter Brown and Clausen. Those are their 2 best players, and we just haven't seen much of them yet. Clausen does a great job. He's 6'8". He has a height advantage pretty much over everybody. Oddbody's not anywhere near as physical as him. If they can get him the ball, they have a chance to get back in this game.
Seems like we've been seeing a lot of Marquise Tolliver as that free throw is no good. But Marquise Tolliver only averaging 7.3 points per game, but boy, have we seen him a lot. Clausen's second free throw is good. He goes 1 for 2 from the line, cuts the lead to 13. Advati catches that high pass. There's CJ Mitchell, looks to go baseline, he's cut off. Now Anderson. Anderson gets it back, top of the key, step back. Looking down low for Advati, he has to kick it out. There's Stubblefield, 10 to shoot. Stubblefield into the post, loses the ball, and we're gonna get a foul on Dylan Clausen.
That's big because the shot clock was running out. Now that resets, and Westside can just calm down and try and run another play.
There's Anderson, top of the key. Hands it off to CJ Mitchell. He drives. He's cut off. There's Anderson into the paint. Jump stop, turnaround Jay. No good. Tolliver will push the pace. He gets in the paint. His floater falls. Pushing back the other way are the Warriors. There's Lofton. Hot 4-for-4 start. He gets into the paint. His layup is good. Ricky Lofton cannot be stopped.
Yeah, he's had an amazing game so far. He has just been the X factor for Westside.
And that layup is blocked. Ricky Lofton going the other way. There's Anderson in the corner. He has to pull it back. He picked up his dribble in the corner. He needs help. Stubblefield catches it at the half-court line. They reset. Stubblefield ISO into the post. Left-hand layup. Can't get it to go home. Tolliver now the other way. There's Clausen. Thought about a three. He goes into the post on Stubblefield. Loses the ball. And that three falls for Creighton Prep. There's Josh Kearney. Maddox Anderson now for the Warriors. There's the odd body, top of the key. Anderson in the corner, a three. Front rim, loose ball, picked up by Jones. And now Tolliver. Lead only down to 10 now for the Warriors. A three for Jones. It falls. Creighton Prep has caught fire.
Yeah, and it was about time. This is a decent three-point shooting team. 37% from the line. It's a close game now. Only 7 points. What a run from Creighton Prep.
CJ Mitchell slows it down and tries to reset things for the Warriors. He's guarded tightly at half court. Still at the logo, guarded by Tolliver. He's getting smothered and he loses the ball. Goes back the other way. There's Carter Brown, pulls up, top of the key. Rolls off front rim. CJ Mitchell the other way. He gets in a post, a spin move. And one! CJ Mitchell showing off his muscles. Anderson checks out of the game for the Warriors, and Ashton Matoyer checks in. He's a crowd favorite. Student section getting a little hype for that one. CJ Mitchell looking to convert the three-point play. That one's no good. Rebound down to Kearney. There's Kearney. Gets it off to Tolliver. He'll start it up. Clausen sets the screen. CJ Mitchell still on him. Pull up Jay. No foul call. Caleb Benning pushes it. There's Stubblefield. His layup falls. Westside back up by 9. Or 11, sorry, count that. Miles Jackson. Now Kearney. Kearney drive, and that's going the other way. Caleb Benning draws a charge.
It's a good job by Caleb Benning. He's one of their best defenders. He averages the most steals on the team. He really is their all-around guy, and he does a great job there of covering and getting the ball back to Westside. They'll get the last shot here.
3.9, they roll it. CJ Mitchell has to pick it up. 2 to shoot. Lofton, corner three. It's good! Ricky Lofton has yet to miss a three. He hits that one at the buzzer.
What a great shot by Ricky Lofton. That's his 5th three of the night. What an unbelievable first half from Ricky Lofton. I know of at least 17 points that he has. That's unbelievable. Creighton Prep's got to find a way to stop him.
Ricky Lofton has over 17 plus points of the 32 for the Warriors heading into the break. Westside up by 14 as teams head into the locker room. Aiden, that was an entertaining first half, but Westside definitely got the better of the Junior Jays.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the second quarter, Westside really got into their comfort zone. They were in the transition game, and they did a great job of getting the ball down the floor, passing it out, getting good looks. They did a great job in transition. Creighton Preps, they did a good job at first of getting back on defense, but they kind of slacked off at the end of that second quarter, and that's why the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, Westside 14-point lead. That's less points than Ricky Lofton has in this game. He has just not been able to be stopped here in this game.
Sponsored by Mr. Dell's Potatoes and the Westside Foundation. And you'll see in the scoreboards, 4 lucky students.
We're going to have a little halftime entertainment here at Westside. AD Tom Kirkman's going to bring out the little putter. We'll see if some of the students can hit looks like free throw line to free throw line, hit a long putt.
This is a far putt. I mean, putting's not easy too. There's no wind, thankfully, but this is a tough putt.
Hopefully this green is flat, Aiden, this court. But under high pressure, we'll see if he has a chance to knock it. Stands over the putt. His attempt, rolling over a half court. It's going slow, and can it get it? He just missed right. We're gonna have 3 different students that will get an attempt. The first one can't get it to go. Second one, we got the white golf ball this time. Putt number 2, slow pace. It's gonna get there. It's tracking, can it fall? It goes! She hit it! Free throw line to free throw line. What a putt!
That's unbelievable. I'm gonna be honest. I did not expect her to hit that at all. I didn't expect anyone to hit it. What an unbelievable putt. That's $500 for the student.
She gets it, well deserved. What a putt. We get one more attempt by the third Westside student. She's gonna set up the golf ball, see if the students can go 2 for 3. That putt's hitting half court. Can it fall? She misses just left, 1 right, 1 left. But the second shot, it goes. And now it's Jackson Benj. He's a golfer, Aiden, a really good one at that. We'll see if he can get it. Benj's putt, tracking over half court. He's walking it off. Can it go? He missed by maybe half an inch. And the band student gets the better of the golfer, and she's going home with $500. Some great halftime entertainment here at Omaha Westside, but we're going to take a break here, and we'll be right back with the second half. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. We're about to have second half action between number 10 Creighton Prep, number 3 Westside, and the Warriors lead the Junior Jays 32-18. Aiden, what do these teams have to do in the second half?
Well, I think Westside needs to do what they were doing at the end of the second quarter, playing really good defense, getting steals. They average 7.7 steals a game, which is where their bread and butter is, getting into transition and making those open threes and good looks on the drive. That's what they did in the second quarter. That's what they need to continue to do. For Prep, they need to get back on defense, so Westside cannot do that. And they also need to start making some open shots. They've had a good open looks, but they just haven't been able to do it. So I'm talking Carter Brown and Tolliver, and then they need to get the ball down low to Clausen. Clausen is their main scorer, and he's got a size advantage over all of Westside. He's got to be more physical and get some points on the board.
And Westside, and Aiden, if I were to tell you and ask who is the best player in the first half, I think everyone in this gym is going to say number 1, Ricky Lofton.
Yeah, Ricky Lofton hit 5 threes. He did an amazing job, and Prep just seemed to not have an answer for him. I mean, all 5 were pretty open. 1 may be contested, but Ricky Lofton had an unbelievable half. And it was, it was due time before he went off, and it's going to be interesting to see what Prep does to try and stop him in the second half.
That is exactly right. Creighton Prep struggled in that first half. They're down by 14, but as we know, Aiden, there's no lead big enough against a rival like Creighton Prep.
Yeah, this game is not over. It's, Prep still, halftime speeches are a real thing. Halftime is a real thing. People change over halftime, and we literally just saw Nebraska yesterday come back from a 19-point deficit against Wisconsin and win that game in overtime. It was an unbelievable victory for Nebraska. It could happen here with Creighton Prep.
And you know what else was an unbelievable comeback? The JV game, Aiden. Creighton Prep came down by, they were down almost 20 points, and they came back and nearly won that game, sent it into overtime. So we know these two teams can do it, but the question is, can Coach Jim Simons coach his team to hold on to this lead?
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be a tough task. It's not easy to hold a lead, but it's also going to be really difficult for Prep. They don't have some of their amazing starters, so it's going to be really interesting to see if either of these teams are able to break that kind of tie.
The Warriors start with the ball. There's C.J. Mitchell. Caleb Benning at the elbow, down low, Lofton. He's fighting for position. His layup doesn't go, but he gets back the own board in the corner. He tries to go baseline. He loses the ball. It's on the floor. It's corralled by the Junior Jays. There's Emmett Knight. He gets it off to Clausen. Clausen is guarded by Benning. Kick out 3 for the Jays. It falls. Carson Jones gets the Junior Jays on the board early. Still looks like maybe man-to-man this time for the Junior Jays. Big switch up from the first half. Into the corner, there's Lofton. He goes baseline. Benning, his layup, high off the glass and good.
Yeah, Prep switches to man. They go out of their zone, which I think is the right decision. Ricky Lofton hit 5 threes in that first half. He has 20 points.
20th point with 6:52 in the third quarter. He is playing his mind off right now. That's going to go off the foot of Carson Healy and out of bounds. We're going to have a shot clock reset. They bump 3 seconds on the clock. 20 to shoot for the Junior Jays. Into the paint, Carney, kick out Carter Brown. Now Clausen slashes into the paint. His layup is good.
That's what they need to do. They need to get the ball to him. He's their best scorer. He's got to step his game up in the second half if they want a chance to come back.
Benning, he's going to get fouled, but the foul will be on the floor. First foul of the half on either team.
Yeah, and we did see quite a hefty amount of fouls in that first half, which is not usual for these two teams. These two teams are pretty low fouling teams, but a high foul game today, which is probably due to the rivalry, a lot of aggression, a lot of hard work.
There's C.J. Mitchell. Gets into the paint, finds Stubblefield, kick out, Healy 3. Doesn't get it to go. Junior Jays and Carter Brown come down with it. Other way into the corner. There's Tolliver. Now Clausen thought about a three. Into the corner, there's a three. Can't get it to go for Josh Carney. Warriors back the other way. CJ Mitchell into the paint. Thought about a three. He slips and tosses it out of bounds.
You know, I don't know if these slips are coincident because we have seen quite a few people slip at that kind of same spot over there on the court. It's kind of interesting.
Got to check those shoes and make sure you're sticking. Sliding is not good. There's Carson Jones. Now Carter Brown. And he gets intercepted by Lofton. Westside will push the other way. Stubblefield slashes into the paint, off the glass and good. Marquise Tolliver, he gets into the paint, creates contact, and gets the layup to go.
The crazy thing about Westside's 36 points is 30 of them are Lofton and Stubblefield.
Caleb Benning can't get that layup to go. Clausen comes down with it. Tolliver the other way. He's gonna drive hard. And his layup doesn't go, but we're gonna get a foul. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, Tolliver has had some good energy to start this half. He had a nice drive on the earlier possession. He gets in there, he gets fouled. He's gonna shoot 2 free throws. These are big free throws though. He's gotta hit them. As I said earlier, Prep only shoots 65% from the line. So they've got to hit these free throws if they want a chance to come back.
Coach Jim Simons maybe not too happy with that call. He's trying to get an explanation, but these referees have trying to keep this game under control because Aiden, there was 4 technical fouls in one half of the JV game, so these referees have already had their hands full.
Yeah, thankfully no technical fouls in the varsity game yet, but if this one gets close, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple.
That free throw flushes down the rim. Westside's lead down 2-9 midway through the third quarter. CJ Mitchell slipped again, but he keeps the ball into the paint. Off the glass ain't good. Kevin Stubblefield.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you play a man against Westside. Kevin Stubblefield's just going to drive that ball.
And that layup on the other end is no good. But we get a foul. So Josh Carney will go to the line for 2 more free throws.
Yeah, and the Westside fans weren't happy with that one. Simons wasn't either. He was kind of signaling to the ref that he wasn't too happy about the foul call.
First one good for Josh Carney. Second one is good. 2 for 2 for Mr. Josh Carney. And the lead is 9. There's Lofton. He's got a lot tonight. 20 plus. Caleb Benning cuts and one! Caleb Benning draws the harm and the bucket.
Yeah, and Prep again switching to that man. It has been beneficial some ways, but in others it hasn't right there. This is Westside's bread and butter, driving the ball, getting isolations. Caleb Benning does a great job getting down low, getting fouled, and he has a chance for a 3-point play.
4-14, Benning at the line for the 3-point play. He makes it good. 3 points for Caleb Benning. And the lead is back to 12. Marquise Tolliver into the paint. He'll kick it out. Carter Brown thought about a 3. There's Carney. Now Jones, guarded by Healy, looking to find Clausen down low. Carter Brown in the corner. Carney 3. No good. Lofton the other way. Now Benning. He'll slow it down, pull it back. Healy's floater doesn't draw iron. Jones gets cut off by Stubblefield. Mismatch down low with Clausen. They're looking to get it to him. Can't right now. He gets it now. Down low, cut off by Healy. His floater is good. 10-point lead now for the Westside Warriors with 3:15 in the third quarter. Stubblefield now Benning. He's got a lot lately, and he gets another and one. They called the foul on the floor. Bucket will not count.
Even though that bucket didn't count, that was unbelievably athletic from Caleb Benning. He basically dived and shot the underhand layup. It was unbelievable off the backboard. Great shot.
And that right there, he's a do-it-all athlete, and that's why Coach Matt Rule has got him on his team next year down in Lincoln to play some football.
Looks like some shot clock malfunction happened there, something like that. Or maybe they missed a sub.
And we're ready to go once again. Westside up by 10. There's Stubblefield off to Lofton. Stubblefield gets it back. Pump fakes a three. Double team cut off. Anderson swinging around. There's Oddbody now. Anderson gets a screen. He gets into the paint. Turn around, and he gets blocked. Tolliver the other way for the Junior Jays. Guarded by Lofton. Behind the back dribble. Gets into the paint. Floater no good. Loose ball. CJ Mitchell comes up with it for the Warriors. Stubblefield. Now Lofton, CJ Mitchell. Maddox Anderson now. Up top to Tyson Oddbody. Now on the wing. Kevin Stubblefield. Step through. And it goes out of bounds. But it's going to be last touch by the Jays. Warriors keep the ball. Crafty move. Can't get it to go though. Got to give Kevin Stubblefield credit when it's due. We're going to get a stoppage of play. Looks like some assistant coaches are saying Creighton Prep had possession and they want a shot clock reset. But they're not going to get it. Only 10 to shoot now. Stubblefield gets it in. 8 to shoot. There's Benning. Into the post. 5 to shoot. Gets it up. Rims off. No good. Marquise Tolliver starts up the engine. It's now Carson Jones. Dylan Clausen back to Jones. Deep three. It goes! Carson Jones from way beyond the arc.
Yeah, Jones has had he had a quiet first half, but he's had a very quietly good second half. He's hit a couple threes here for Prep, and he's done a great job. It's only 7-point lead now.
Stubblefield in the corner. Into the post, kick out. Thought about a three, Benning. Now Lofton into the corner. Oddbody. Dribble handoff, Anderson. Slashes into the post. Kick out, Caleb Benning. Now Stubblefield, a three. No good. But the loose ball goes to the Warriors, and Caleb Benning, fresh shot clock now. 25 on the shot clock. It's still Benning. Now Anderson, right wing. Caleb Benning, top of the key. Anderson, right back, right wing. Stubblefield one-on-one in the post. Can't get the layup to go. A lot of contact, but there's no foul call. 40 on the game clock, 28 on the shot clock. Marquise Tolliver for the Jays. Now Carson Jones, another three. Count it again from downtown. Carson Jones, have yourself a half.
This is a 10-point advantage for Creighton Prep in this quarter. They were down by 14 at half. It is now a 4-point game. What a huge third quarter for Carson Jones and the Junior Jays.
Westside will hold for the last shot, just over 10 to shoot in the third quarter. They're up by 4. Stubblefield, 6 on the game clock. Kick out, Anderson, 3 to shoot. He's got to put it up, gets it up. Hits the side of the backboard, doesn't get the half-court shot off. But Creighton Prep, they had themselves a quarter, and it's only a 4-point game.
Yeah, what an amazing job by Creighton Prep. They switched to a man defense instead of that zone they were running in the first half, and they do a good job of locking down Westside. Honestly, they did have some moments where Westside got some good drives on them, but they've done a good job of just playing good defense and getting down to the other side, and they've shot a lot of threes, and that's good for them. They're a 37% three-point shooting team. That's what they need to do more, and Jones has had an unbelievable half so far.
Carson Jones had himself a quarter in the quarter number 3, but Ricky Lofton was quite quiet in that third quarter. Not a lot going for him.
Yeah, no, he only had 2 or 3 points. Prep did a good job. Again, they switched to that man. They're able to get their best defender on Lofton to make sure he is guarded well, and they did a good job there.
Much better defensive half for the Junior Jays. And the fans, I know they're feeling it. It's been building, and I wouldn't be surprised, Aiden, if one of these fan bases finds something. They're ready to explode.
Yeah, this is going to be a really tense fourth quarter, and it looks like Prep's going to get the ball. This is a huge possession for Prep, a chance to cut it to a one-possession lead. If they can play some good defense, this one could be tied pretty quickly here.
Coach Jim Simons and Coach Ledke trying to get their team straight coming into the fourth quarter, and we have 8 minutes to go here at Jim Dangdahl Court at Omaha Westside. Carter Brown slashes into the post. Kick out 3. Another one for the Junior Jays. It's Noah Banks.
There it is. It's a one-point game, Zach. This place is about to get really, really loud here pretty soon.
Westside looking for the answer. Kevin Stubblefield now Benning, right wing, right corner now. There's Stubblefield. Healy into the post. Gets under the basket, kick out Lofton, a 3. Can't get it to go. Marquise Tolliver down with the board. Creighton Prep can take the lead with any type of basket here. A Euro step, layup doesn't go. Kevin Stubblefield the other way. Into the post, his layup is good. And Coach Jim Simons gets a timeout after that bucket. 7 to play in the third quarter.
That's a good timeout from Simons. You're not going into that timeout with no momentum. Kevin Stubblefield gets a nice layup in transition there. You have some momentum going into the timeout, and hopefully they can bring out some of that momentum into this next 6 minutes, 7 minutes of play. It's going to be a really fun 7 minutes of this game, Zach.
Those 7 minutes are the most important 7 minutes, but we're going to head to a break, but we're going to have some of those 7 minutes right on the other side. Welcome back here on Warrior Television. Zach Cashford joined by Aiden Dunlap. Westside just called a timeout with a 3-point lead. 7 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Creighton Prep with the ball, though. They could tie it if they hit a 3.
Yeah, I mean, they don't need a 3. 2s are good. There's still 7 minutes left in this game. They just need to make sure they're playing fundamental basketball, getting good passes, and it looks like Westside's going to press here to try and put some pressure on Prep.
Westside quickly backs off, and Tulliver will march it up for the Junior Jays, down by 3. Into the post, Clausen wide open. Can he get it to go? He does. And one. He draws the foul. He could tie it up with a free throw.
Dylan Clausen, what an amazing player. He does a great job getting the ball, uses his size to his advantage, gets the and one. It's an unbelievable play from Dylan Clausen and a chance to tie the game here.
What a move down low by Dylan Clausen. And if this free throw goes, we have a tie game. And it's been a minute since we've seen that. And now we do on the scoreboard with 6:43 left to go in the game.
Yep, and that is the first tie of the game. Westside has led the entire game up to this point. We are now tied. What an unbelievable comeback from Prep in this second half.
There's Benning left wing. Now C.J. Mitchell right wing. Drives into the paint, kick out Benning. Healy, now Stubblefield. He gets blocked by Clausen. Going the other way. Cross-court pass into the corner, barely corrals it. Emmett Knight brings it back up into the post. Noah Bangs. It goes! Creighton Prep has the lead for the first time in the game. C.J. Mitchell gets the answer. We're tied right back up.
Prep's got to be careful. They can't go too quick. They've got to slow it down a little bit. Otherwise, Westside's going to get in transition, and they're going to take this game over. Prep's done a great job defensively. They have to kind of continue to just slow the game down and make sure that they control the pace.
Top of the key, Dylan Clausen gets it off to Carson Jones. Into the corner, down low for Clausen. His layup is good. Creighton Prep right back in the lead. Westside quickly the other way now. Caleb Benning slows it down in the corner. Hezzy fake, gets in the air. He finds C.J. Mitchell top of the key. Hard drive into the paint. Benning into the corner, a three. Back rim no good, offensive board. Carson Healy trapped in the corner. He throws it out of bounds. Off Carson Jones. They'll keep the ball.
It's a good shot look for Benning, but one thing I have to say is Westside's done a great job in this game at rebounding the ball. They have not let Prep get any rebounds really offensively, and their defensive rebounds have been good as well. Westside's just done a great job in that aspect.
Gets it inbounds on the far side of the court to C.J. Mitchell. He's going to slowly get it going for the Warriors. They're down by 2. Pick and roll. Stubblefield in the post. There's a charge. Creighton Prep will take it the other way.
That's a great job by Prep, just getting his feet set, and he does a great job of just taking the contact. It's not fun to take a charge, but it's huge for the team. Now Prep has a chance to take a 4-point or 5-point lead here.
The fans are starting to get into the game now. Been fairly loud, but now it's getting really loud with under 5 to play. There's Carter Brown. Now Noah Bangs. Clausen left wing. Top of the key, Tolliver now. Tolliver cut off by Healy. He'll kick it out. There's Bangs. Down low, Clausen. He gets his own board. Goes right back up, and it falls. Dylan Clausen cannot be stopped in the paint right now.
He's taking this game over. That's what I said. They needed to get him going, and he is getting going here in this fourth quarter. A huge time for Dylan Clausen.
Healy now in the corner. Stubblefield a three. It's good! Kevin Stubblefield will cut the lead to 1. Coach Jim Simons uses his second timeout.
That's a huge three from Stubblefield. Prep had all the momentum there. Clausen has taken over this game. He has just been dominating that post down low, and Stubblefield's able to just kind of bring some of that momentum back to Westside's side. That's a huge, huge three for Stubblefield.
A much-needed answer for the Westside Warriors. They're only down by 1 with 8 seconds more than 4 minutes, 4:08 on the clock. Man, Aiden, we were asking for a good one after what we got in the JV game. I think we got our wishes.
Yeah, and I mean, after that first half, I really didn't expect this. Prep came out with not much energy. Westside took over the game in the second quarter, but Prep has come out in this second half, and they have been energetic. Carson Jones had an amazing third quarter to bring Prep within 4. This has been an unbelievable game so far.
Unbelievable is right, Aiden. What a word to describe what we've seen in the first 3 quarters and 4 minutes of play here at Jim Tangdahl Court. Prep with the ball up by 1. It's Clausen looking to get into the front court. He'll cross the timeline. Kick out of 3, Carter Brown. Front rim no good, loose ball goes to C.J. Mitchell, and he'll run back the other way. Into the post, a floater is good. Westside is back on top, 50-49. And that pass is deflected by Kevin Stubblefield out of bounds.
That's good defense from Stubblefield. They had Clausen wide open in the paint, but CJ Mitchell just taking advantage of that transition. That is the best part of his game. What an unbelievable shot from Mitchell to retake the lead.
Clausen, top of the key. It's Tolliver. Now Bangs. Tolliver once again. Carter Brown now top of the key. Wide open down low, can't find Clausen. It's now Bangs. Tolliver under 10 to shoot. Down low to Clausen. And he's gonna be fouled and one. Creighton Prep right back into the lead. Dylan Clausen.
Dylan Clausen has been unstoppable in this fourth quarter. That's going to be his second and one opportunity of the quarter. Westside's got to do something. They were double teaming there. He still was able to beat them. You've got to get Tyson Advati in there or someone who's able to guard Clausen because he has taken over the game.
Clausen standing 6'8" high, and he's using all 6'8" of that, and he's taking it over. Creighton Prep by 2. CJ Mitchell, left wing, still dribbling. Healy in the corner, baseline drive, and he's going to be fouled. That's the first half of the Junior Jays in the quarter.
Yeah, and this is big. You look at fouls, 3 minutes left. Creighton Prep's going to have 4 fouls to give in these last 3 minutes. Westside only has 2. If Westside fouls one more time, Creighton Prep is in the bonus. That's going to be huge for Prep because then they're going to get free throws, and Westside's going to have a hard time coming back.
That inbounds pass almost went out of bounds. Healy tracks it down, though, and CJ Mitchell will start it up. Mitchell looking to get into the post. He gets down, and he's going to draw the foul, and the foul will be on the floor. No free throws, though. Everyone asking for the free throws, the talk, and he's going to get them. The other officials talk about it. 2 free throws for CJ Mitchell. He could tie the game.
These are huge free throws in the stretch. 2:49 left. CJ Mitchell, free throw shooting wise, not sure how great of a free throw shooter he is, but Westside as a team 60%, and he's able to hit the first one though.
50% on the season is CJ Mitchell. Makes the first one. Statistics say he'd miss this one. And he does, back rim, and he can't get the on board. Clausen comes down with it, and Tolliver will walk it up for the Jays. Clausen, he has not been able to be stopped in this half. Now Carter Brown. Far side Tolliver now, left wing. Clausen top of the key. He drives, spin move, step through is good. Somebody stop Dylan Clausen.
Yeah, and as an old post myself, that's what you call an up and under, and he executed that perfectly. Nice left-hand layup. Finishes it absolutely beautifully. What a move by Dylan Clausen underneath.
Caleb Benning now for the Warriors. He gets into the paint. Kevin Stubblefield is blocked by Clausen, gets it back. CJ Mitchell now after the swing passes. Now Lofton, Benning into the corner. 8 to shoot. Healy, a 3. Rims in and out. Westside down by 3, 1:40 to play.
This is huge. Creighton Prep's got to slow it down, though. They can take 35 seconds off each possession until Westside has to foul. If they can get a bucket here, that would almost seal it.
Into the paint. Kick out, bangs a 3. Back rim no good. Clausen gets the board. Goes back up with it.
Clausen has been Westside's worst nightmare this quarter. This has been unbelievable from Clausen.
Now Lofton, he had a great first half. Quiet in the second half. He's going to lose the ball. And Coach Jim Simons is going to call a timeout.
Yeah, they really needed that timeout. Creighton Prep, what a comeback in this second half. And Dylan Clausen and Jones, really the 2 guys on this team that have controlled the floor, controlled this comeback for Creighton Prep. What an unbelievable job. They're up by 5 now.
Complete turn of events from the first half and even the third quarter. I mean, gotta give props to Coach Lutke in blue and black. They've had themselves a fourth quarter, and they're in prime position to possibly close this one out.
Yeah, Westside's got to score on this possession, though. Obviously, you don't need a 3. You want a 2. 2 is the more likely shot to make. You gotta in my opinion, you have to isolate Stubblefield, Lofton, or Benning and try and get them to drive to the hoop, maybe even get fouled, but you've got to get a bucket here.
Westside comes out of the timeout. They're down by 5. Very huge possession. They need to get something going with 1:14. 3 fouls on the Warriors, 2 on the Junior Jays. So no bonus yet for either team. Mitchell inbound. Stubblefield a 3. Yes, sir! Kevin Stubblefield cuts the lead to 2 with just over a minute to play.
That is unbelievable. Stubblefield has been so clutch here in this game. This is going to be a fun minute, Zach.
Under a minute now. There's Clausen. Can he be stopped with less than a minute? Into the corner. We're going to get a timeout by the Junior Jays. What an answer for Kevin Stubblefield with under a minute to play.
It's a huge shot from Kevin Stubblefield. It's just unbelievable how he's able to continuously make these clutch shots for Westside. He is an unbelievable player. I really like this timeout from Prep, though. Just kind of get your guys together, calm them down. Westside hits this 3. Prep's going to start worrying after that, but, I like the coach. He gets them in. He's going to calm them down, and he's going to just tell them, hey, guys, we've got to slow this game down, and we have to play some good defense on our next possession.
Defense. It's a 2-point game. It's anybody's game. We take a quick game summary. Westside down by 2, 56-54. Westside has committed 3 fouls. Creighton Prep committed 2. Creighton Prep has 3 timeouts. Westside 1 less with 2. Those timeouts are going to be huge, and those fouls are going to be huge. Nobody's in the bonus yet.
Yes, and that is true. That is a really big thing. Westside has 1 foul to give, so if Prep, dire need, if Prep gets in, they're driving, Clausen has a nice look, you can just foul him. You don't need to let him shoot. You can foul him. They have to take it out.
And this arena is going, Aiden. Music playing. It shuts off. It's go time at Jing Daneball Court. Creighton Prep by 2. There's Clausen. He's at the top of the key. Still with the ball. Into the paint now. Clausen all by himself. His layup is good. Creighton Prep up by 4. Caleb Benning, now CJ Mitchell. He drives. Layup is good. Cuts the lead to 2. 29.9. Coach Simons calls his second to last timeout.
Dylan Clausen with an amazing move off the backboard, but then CJ Mitchell with the answer right away. That's an unbelievable job by CJ Mitchell. Gets down the floor, knows he doesn't need a 3, takes it to the bucket immediately and has a nice layup, and this timeout's good from Simons. He can slow this game down, make sure Westside's able to get set up in a press, and try and get a turnover.
And on the other end, if you don't get a turnover, I think you gotta stop Dylan Clausen, man. He is all over this game, and nobody has any stop for him whatsoever.
Yeah, Clausen's been unbelievable, but really the key for Westside, if they don't get a 10-second or a turnover, they're gonna have to foul twice because Prep is not in the bonus yet, and there is no more shot clock. So if Westside fouls, it doesn't really matter. Shot clock would reset, but they're going to have to foul twice. And they can foul again and try and get another turnover if they don't get it the first time. After that, though, it's free throws for Prep.
We're ready to go. Westside down by 2. They're set up in a press. They get it in bounds. Trap Tolliver in the corner. Clausen. He's fouled, 25.7. It's not going to the other end of the court. That's only the 4th foul on the Westside Warriors. Next one is bonus and free throws, though.
Yeah, and you have to choose wisely who you want to foul if you're Westside, preferably someone with a low free throw percentage. And Prep, if I was Prep, I would put my best free throw shooters in right now because when you shoot your free throws, you're going to get a chance to sub. If you get your best free throw shooters in, you have them shoot the free throws, then you put your better defensive players in. You make two kind of subs, and you kind of make sure that you have the right personnel on the floor at the right time.
This is exactly where strategic substitution will take a huge part, and these coaches are going to play it possession by possession. Westside only one timeout, Creighton Prep 2. So Coach Ludke talking over strategy, maybe a press break, something. Just you can't turn over the ball. They'll be inbounding from the baseline on the WA area, and you can't run the baseline, Aiden.
No, you can't run the baseline after a timeout, and I really like that timeout for Prep, though. Westside comes out in their press. Creighton Prep's able to see it. They weren't able to break it, didn't do a great job, and now they kind of know what they need to do to break this press. We'll see if they can do it.
Officials getting ready to break up the huddles. 25 7/10 of a second left to play. The Warriors trail by 2 to number 10, Creighton Prep. Westside set up into their press. The inbounder will be Carson Jones. He's 6'3". Can they get the ball in bounds? They do. There's Carter Brown trapped in the corner, and he has to call a timeout before picking up a 5-second violation in that corner. Smart timeout.
Yeah, it's a great timeout from Prep. They still have one left after this, too, so if they get into that situation again, they can call another one. They've got to find a way to break this press, though. I mean, screens are going to be key, but so far they've had 2 attempts at breaking the press, and neither of them have worked. They've had to call 2 timeouts. One of them was a foul also, so Prep's got to find a way to break this press right here.
Just around 5 seconds came off the clock there. 22.7 remains at Jim Dangdahl Court at Omaha Westside. Number 3 is trailing to number 10 by 2. And Aiden, a lot of shakeup could go on after this game in the wild card point standings.
Yeah, again, we mentioned it in our pregame. Creighton Prep currently sits 9th in the wild card standings. Westside's 4th. This game would be absolutely ginormous for Prep. You have to be top 8 to host a district. If they can win this game, that would probably push them over the edge.
That is exactly right. I know those Prep players know what's on the line, and this season's coming to a close. Westside, I know, only has one home game after this. 22.5 on the clock. Prep will inbound. They get it inbound as a Clausen, and he's fouled.
Yeah, and statistically, that's a good foul. Clausen's only a 66% free throw shooter. He's done a great job today, though. He's made all of his free throws. These are big free throws for Clausen. Make one, it's still a 3-point game. Westside's got to hope he misses at least one.
Exactly right, and now coaches just figuring out substitutions to know what they need to do.
Advadi's a good spot-up shooter. That's a good job from Simons getting his subs in, getting his subs right. If Advadi can get an open look in the corner, that's a really good look for Westside.
First one's no good. The max it could be is a 3-point game if Dylan Clausen can knock down this free throw.
This is a huge free throw. If he doesn't make this, Westside can really get a 2, and they can do that pretty easily.
Second one is good. 3-point game, 21 even on the clock. Caleb Benning slowly marching up the court. Slight jog, 15, and there's a timeout. Coach Jim Simons uses his last of the timeouts. Aiden, do we want a 2 or a 3 if you're Coach Simons?
It's really interesting because it depends if you think you can, if you want to set the press up again, it's going to be difficult. You're not going to get a 10-second. You would have to foul again. So in my opinion, I would probably try and drive, act like you're going to take a 2, and then maybe try and kick it out for a 3. If you do get a 2, though, that is fine. You can foul again and hope for another.
No timeouts for Coach Simons. So if they do get a 2-pointer, they can't call a timeout to set up any sort of press. So Prep could go right back the other way quickly and get another chance at free throws.
Yeah, I definitely think if I'm Simons in the huddle right now, I'm setting up some sort of play to get one of my shooters open. That might be Ricky Lofton. Ricky Lofton, obviously, he's hit 5 threes today. He's been the best shooter on the court. Kevin Stubblefield, he's hit 2 clutch threes in the second half. It's got to be one of those guys, or even Tyson Advadi in the corner.
Stubblefield shoots 40% from three-point. Ricky Lofton, 5 today. He shoots 37% from downtown. Carson Healy averages 33% from the line. All 3 of those players in the game, even Tyson Advadi, who shoots only 28% from beyond the arc. Lofton will inbound right in front of the Westside Warrior bench.
Don't be surprised if they do a screen action off this inbound.
Screen by Advadi. It's Benning with the ball. Stubblefield a 3. It's good! Kevin Stubblefield ties it. 3 seconds. There's Carter Brown. And it's pickpocketed. Goes out of bounds. It's triple zeros. Kevin Stubblefield ties it up at 59.
That's unbelievable from Kevin Stubblefield. That is a super clutch 3. He ties the game at 59. What a shot from Stubblefield. That is unbelievable. We are going to go to overtime in this one.
Oh my gosh, Aiden. What an ending at Jim Tangdahl Court. Westside pushes it into overtime. Thanks to Kevin Stubblefield, who hit a 3. He shot 40% all season, but he has not hit one this important all year.
Yeah, so overtime now. I believe it's 5 minutes. And I will tell you that Prep does have the advantage as of right now because fouls carry into overtime. Westside has fouled Prep 5 times, so if any fouls for Prep, they're going to the line. As for Westside, they will not be going to the line. Prep only has 2 fouls.
Another overtime game here at Westside. The JV game went to overtime. The varsity game is going to overtime. We're tied up at 59 apiece.
This is going to be a fun overtime. I can't wait to see this one.
Westside puts back in their 5 starters. It's Stubblefield, Healy, Benning, Advadi, and Lofton in the game. For the Junior Jays, Carson Jones in the game, Dylan Clausen, Marquise Tolliver, and Torrin Carter Brown for the Junior Jays. We're ready to play some overtime basketball.
Yeah, and the key for Prep here is obviously Clausen. 4-minute overtime in this one. I do believe we get a tip here.
The Junior Jays, still some slow pace. We're gonna get a tip. Let's start this game back over at 0-0, but we only got 4 minutes to play this time.
This is going to be a fun one. If you're Westside, got to stop Dylan Clausen. If you're Prep, you got to stop Kevin Stubblefield. They're going to have to find ways to play some good defense here.
And they can't stop Clausen on the tip. The Junior Jays get the tip. We're off in overtime. There's Bangs, top of the key now for the Jays. Clausen with the ball. It's loose on the floor. On the floor. It's loose. Jump ball. It's going to the Warriors.
That's amazing defense from Westside. They're just in an easy man, and it's just great defense. One-on-one, and they do a great job of closing down on Clausen. He loses the ball, and they do a good job of jumping on it.
Caleb Benning to start it up for the Westside Warriors. Tied up at 59. There's Benning, crossover dribble. He's guarded by Clausen now. Down low, Stubblefield. He's got a small height advantage. Lofton cuts, and the layup is good. Westside up by 2. Clausen guarded by Advadi. He's cut off. He's got to kick it out. He's going to go up. He's blocked. Stubblefield comes down with it. Stubblefield with the ball, 25 on the shot clock. He's guarded heavily. It's now Healy, Benning in the corner. under 20 on the shot clock. And Benning is going to be fouled. That's only the third foul of the quarter, or now overtime period as well for the Junior Jays, though.
Yeah, the momentum that Westside has come out with in overtime is unbelievable. What a great play by Tyson Advadi on the other end to block Clausen. They have been amazing defensively so far in this overtime. Let's see if they can't get a bigger lead.
Pat Jim Dangdahl Court here at Omaha Westside High School. And that number 3 team in the state, Westside leads by 2 over number 10, Creighton Prep, with 2:30 to play in overtime. Benning, left wing now. He's got an open lane. His layup falls! Caleb Benning makes the lead 4 for the Warriors. Tolliver for the Jays. Pull up Jay, deep 2, it falls. Cuts the lead to 2.
Prep's got to play some good defense here. Their man was great in that fourth quarter. They've got to get back to that. The momentum shifted so much. They have looked less energetic. They haven't had many subs in this game. They've got to get back to that defense, though.
Benning, deep left wing, travels into the corner now. Cuts into the post. Another layup is good. Caleb Benning back-to-back floaters. Lead right back to 4. Bumping top of the key, it's Tolliver. Got Advadi on him. Kick out, bangs, drives. His layup can't go. Warriors with the board. They're going to slow it down. Kevin Stubblefield is slow to get up. Minute 20 to play for the Warriors. Kevin Stubblefield is grimacing. He has the ball now. Caleb Benning at the Westside logo. 15 to shoot. Gets into the post, kick out. Stubblefield a 3. Yes, sir! Kevin Stubblefield! And it's stolen by Caleb Benning. Westside up by 7. Less than a minute to play.
Prep still has a foul to give, and there it is.
There's that foul to give. Stubblefield draws that foul. The Westside fans are getting hyped. They're up by 7.
I'm going to be honest, Zach. I think that was the dagger. 51 seconds left. It's 68-61. This is going to be a tough one for Prep to get back into.
Westside has the ball. Next foul will be free throws for the Warriors, and they're going to foul Caleb Benning.
Caleb Benning, he started pretty bad at the free throw line this season, but he has improved a lot.
After that bad start, he is only a 53% shooter, though, at the line. But as of late, he's got some big improvements. But these free throws are massive. 7-point lead. Couple of free throws coming up, though.
Yeah, and I mean, after these free throws, that's a beautiful shot from Caleb Benning. Prep's going to have to make a 3. They're down by 8 now. They need a three-pointer to even come close to coming back. I mean, they're not really close at all. 50 seconds left. They don't have much of a chance. They're going to need consecutive three-pointers.
They're down by 8 with 50.1 on the clock. Could be 9 if Caleb Benning can knock it down. And he does, 2 for 2. Caleb Benning has stepped up huge in overtime. Toller picks it up half court. Drives into the lane. Spin move. Layup, no good, but he draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, that's a good job. Prep just getting down low, not panicking, doing a good job of driving and getting fouled. You are starting to reach that territory, though, where you might have to miss free throws on purpose.
At the line, Marquise Tolliver. He's got 2 free throws. They're down by 9, and it's still 9. He misses the first one.
Yeah, and I'd say you probably need to miss this one. You're going to need a three-pointer here. Even if you make this free throw, it's still 8. You need to get this lead down.
Free throw number 2 by Tolliver is good. Lead is down to 8. 45.4 on the clock. It's Benning, now Healy on the far side, and he's going to be the one to be fouled. And he shoots 56% from the free throw line. We'll see if he can knock down some of his free throws.
Yeah, I mean, as we've said, Westside's done a good job in this game with free throws, I feel like for the ones they've had, they haven't had many. They've really knocked them down well. which is surprising considering they're 60% from the line.
Healy can't get the first one to go. Westside is still down by 8, though. Creighton Prep is down by 8. Westside's leading by 8, 41.3. It's now a 9-point game. Tolliver drives into the paint. He'll kick out. Bangs thought about the 3, gets into the paint. Kick out into the corner. There's Carney. Loose ball, and there's a foul. Creighton Prep will go to the line, and Josh Carney will be the one going to the line.
Yeah, Carney's he's an 100% shooter right now. He's only shot 4 free throws, but he is a good free throw shooter. These are 2 big free throws. I mean, there's only 28 seconds left. This one's pretty much over. But if Carney can hit these, get into a press, try and just maybe get a steal and cut the lead.
That cuts the lead to 8, 71-63. Westside leads. Creighton Prep's second free throw by Carney is good. Benning will inbound, gets it inbounds to Stubblefield, and he's going to get fouled.
Yeah, surprisingly, Stubblefield is one of the better free throw shooters on this team. Shoots around 67%, I believe. So we'll see if he can make these. I would assume he will. He already made one earlier on an and one.
More subs coming in for the Junior Jays. That's Emmett Knight to check into the game. Stubblefield is at the line with 27.6 in overtime. And his team, the Westside Warriors, are up by 7. Still 7. First free throw is no good by Kevin Stubblefield. Second one rolls in. Lead is 8. 25 to play in overtime. Bangs. Step back 3. It's good. Aiden, 5-point game now. Huge 3-pointer by Noah Bangs.
Yeah, that's a big time shot. If you're Prep, you have to be careful here. You know, you could get a 10-second, but that only leaves you with 9 seconds to get 5 points. I wouldn't do that. For me, it's either get a steal or try and force the ball to one of the worst free throw shooters on the team.
And none of the Westside Warriors excellently excel from the free throw line, but some of the free throw shooters you don't want to foul, especially Ricky Lofton. He shoots over 80% from the line. The rest of the Westside Warriors between 50, 60, 70%. So, I mean, it's a gamble who you want to foul, but Kevin Stubblefield just went 1 for 2 from the line. So we'll see what Coach Ledke and the Junior Jays elect to do. Down by 5 with 19 seconds to play.
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't foul Caleb Benning. I know he only shoots 53%, but he has improved his free throws massively. He shot really good last year. He's a great free throw shooter. The numbers don't really show how good he is. If it were me, I would try and foul probably Healy or Tyson Oddbody.
Lofton is an absolute no-no to foul. We'll see who Coach Simons tries and gets this ball inbounds to. Benning will inbound it. Looking to get the ball in bounds. They get it in bounds to Stubblefield, and he doesn't get fouled until half court by Dylan Clausen. Stubblefield will go to the line once again.
That's not the worst foul, though. Stubblefield only, again, 67%, which is weirdly one of the better free throw shooters on this team other than Ricky Lofton. But 67 is still not great, so this is a good foul by Prep.
Stubblefield, he has 2 shots at the free throw line. His team's up by 5. Still 5 points, though, Aiden. Can't get the first one to go. He missed the first one, made the second one. Last trip to the line. Can he get this second one to go?
He needs to. This would make it 6 points, which would be 2 threes, and he doesn't.
Only 5 points, 15 to play. There's Clausen, gets into the paint. His layup, no good. Lofton comes down with it, and he holds on to it, and he's fouled. And he's the best free throw shooter on this Westside team.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Clausen. He had a good look at a layup there. He just misses it off the front rim, and they foul Lofton, the best free throw shooter on Westside. If he can make both of these, this game's pretty much done.
It's 5 points still. 7 seconds, 3/10 on the shot on the game clock. Lofton makes the first one. It's a 6-point game.
I mean, that pretty much does it, I'd say. 2 threes in 7 seconds is very improbable. You would need a turnover.
And there's a 7-point lead. That's a 3-possession game with 7 seconds. Creighton Prep the other way. Into the paint. Kick out 3. It's good. Step back at the end of the buzzer. But Westside holds on to the overtime lead. They win by 4 points. Number 3 Westside 74. Number 10 Creighton Prep 70.
Yeah, this was an unbelievable game. This game had everything. The score at the end of the first quarter was 7-4, which is unbelievable. I mean, 7-4 at the end of the first quarter. Westside picked it up in the second quarter, did a good job of scoring. They entered the half 32-18, up 14 on Creighton Prep. And the third quarter comes around. Must have been a great halftime speech from the coach. Creighton Prep, Jones does a great job. He hits about 3 or 4 threes to get Prep back into the game. Going into the fourth quarter, only a 4-point deficit. At probably the 4-minute mark in the fourth quarter, Prep takes the lead. The biggest lead they had was 5 points, 56-51. And then Kevin Stubblefield just exploded in that final quarter, hitting about 4 clutch threes for Westside, even including a buzzer beater to go to overtime. It was an unbelievable fourth quarter. We go to overtime. Westside just takes over transitionally. They stop Dylan Clausen. Prep is unable to score, and Caleb Benning with a couple of clutch baskets to give Westside the early lead. And then free throws really did it for them at the end. They were able to win it 74-70. We will be back. Zach is going to get the player of the game for Westside.
I'm here with our time 42 player of the game, Kevin Stubblefield. You went down early, looked like maybe an ankle injury. What did it take to come back after that?
Just me being a competitor, me wanting to get back in the game because I knew it was going to be a tough game and just finish it out.
And then right before the end of the game in overtime, you're down by 3. You hit a 3-pointer right at the buzzer to send it to overtime. Walk me through that shot.
Coach drew up a play for us that we haven't ran in practice, and we just believed each other, set good screens for each other, and got the open shot.
And then also in overtime, you had the lead 90% of that overtime period, but you had a 3-pointer late in that overtime period. Walk me through your mindset in that 3-pointer shot.
It's just my confidence, man. It's just me going out there and being a great player that I am and just making a shot.
And then you talk about your confidence. What about your confidence in in your own teammates? Ricky Lofton had a heck of a first half. Yeah. What can you say about your teammates in this game?
That we all trust each other and we just go out here and ready to play with each other and just compete as hard as we can.
Huge win against your rivals. What does it mean in your senior year to go 2-0 against the Junior Jays?
It means a lot because it's our sophomore year. We was at state and they beat us the second time. It just means a lot for us to come out here, compete, and win again.
I'm Zach Kastrick. I'm here with our Time 42 player of the game, Kevin Stubblefield. And on behalf of the entire WTV Live crew, thanks for tuning in. We got Millard South next week, February 9th, senior night. Be sure to come back.
Yes, sir.